Welcome to Nation Now. I'm Pradeep Nambiar. It says it depends upon us, this present generation, whether the Constitution shall descend to the future generation in its masculine majesty, or shorn of its strength, it becomes an idle mockery and shall perish before the graves have closed upon the last of its illustrious founders. We are talking about the four pillars of our Constitution: justice, equality, liberty, and fraternity. All the pillars are intact. One of the greatest news is one of the bureaucrats of ours, the most fascinating person, Wankhede, has been discharged of all allegations against him. The caste committee has cleared him of all charges. That his certificate is fake. They say Mr. Wankhede is not born a Muslim. He is a Mahar. He belongs to the Mahar community. And his certificate as a Mahar is absolutely true, right, and beyond any doubt. These are the things that enlighten us, embolden us, the civilians, the normal population, the free republic, that yes, everything is right, nothing has gone wrong in our constitution, in our republic, and in our democracy. The other headlines are where Nitin Gadkari says that Dev Fadnavis has earned his deputy CM, he has earned his political, whatever he has achieved or gained through his sheer hard work and perseverance. He says Mr. Fadnavis' hard work, dedication has taken to where he is. It is not because that his father was a politician and an RSS leader that Mr. Fadnavis, because of that virtue of being the son of a well-known leader, but Mr. Fadnavis has earned his entire leadership qualities and all the political achievements that he has done through his popularity, hard work, and being among the people. The other headlines is Aam Admi Party says that it will still go on with its activities, that is providing good free education for the poor, providing free transport for the poor, providing free medical care for the poor, providing free transport for women, taking care of free electricity for the poor, free electricity as well as free, you can say, water for the poor. They said we are not going to go back on that. That is what the Aam Admi said. Whatever happens, it is better than selling out huge loans and huge monies that don't come back to industrialists, friends and industrialists of the people in power. And then as usual, Mr. Uddhav Thackeray has said that a federal structure and a federal democracy, you cannot have the people in power destroying smaller and regional parties. That is against the entire norms of democracy. That's what Uddhav Thackeray said. Let us go to the first thing, that Wankhede has been cleared of all charges by the committee. They believe that his certificate of Mahar is absolutely true and intact. The taint and allegations levied by him, on him, by Nawab Malik, who is right now in jail, and various other people saying that he's a Muslim and he's not a Mahar, has been totally thrown off into the dustbin. The caste committee says that Mr. Wankhede is cleared of all charges. He's a Mahar. He belongs to the Mahar community and his certificate is valid. Now, these are the fight that some people have to undergo, bureaucrats, and when the whole nation is there with him. We find some politicians who attacked him, attacked his family, attacked his wife, attacked his children, attacked his parents, but he stood like a rock. More and more people and officers like them have to see that we. And what did he do? He was trying to defeat narco-terrorism. He wanted to wipe out narco-terrorism. When he was at the helm of affairs in NCB Mumbai, we found the best achievement by any NCB officer of that level as a zonal head. We have compiled some old interviews of Mr. Wankhede where he talks about leadership, he talks about motivation, he talks about the bad effects of drugs. Let us see how it goes.
Yes.
Or hashish is natural and it doesn't attract any legal provision, but they are highly mistaken. Ganja, charas, any form of any derivative of Indian hemp is covered under the NDPS Act, be it marijuana, cannabis, hashish and all those kind of things. So, and this is also inviting many stringent provisions. Now, these stringent provisions are layered into various kinds, such as commercial quantities having imprisonment such as 20 years.
20 years.
Then intermediate quantity, which is between commercial quantity and consumption small quantity, that is inviting legal provisions and imprisonment up to 10 years. After that, small quantity also is a serious crime, and this is a non-bailable offense, inviting imprisonment up to 1 year.
Okay.
So this is regarding the natural drugs. The same is regarding the psychotropic, all the synthetic drugs also. So if you see the kind of synthetic drug which we find in Mumbai, Maharashtra as well as in Goa, major are mephedrone, which you know very well. This is a big time problem for us.
Bilkul.
Then second is methamphetamine, which is called as meth, which it comes from the amphetamine group. So manufacturing is happening here, and after that export is also, we are seeing export in foreign countries. Then the third kind of problematic drug for us in chemicals is the LSD, which is called as the lysergic acid. So this is also a kind of a party drug, and which is very much prominent in places like Maharashtra, especially in Mumbai, Pune, and places like Goa,
Okay.
Panjim. So, and youngsters are preferring this kind of drug. So if you see, these are the kind of chemical drug which are very much prevalent and a problem for us in the Maharashtra and Goa region. So these are also providing, and these are extremely dangerous for your
For the
health.
health, is it bad?
Absolutely. These are because chemical, and anything chemical which going into your body is disastrous for your health. And the quantity also, if you see commercial quantity, the government has rightly made it very, applying its, all the legal machinery. You see, mephedrone, which is the most dangerous drug, is just merely 50 grams, commercial quantity. Methamphetamine, if you talk, that is also 50 grams. Lysergic acid, which plays with your brain, which gives you very, very dangerous bad trip, which is very detrimental for the youth and their health. So the commercial quantity for them is 0.1 grams. So you see how dangerous it can be.
Yes.
So I would like to request people, to citizens, youth, the parents, to stay away from this thing, because this is virtually, killing the youths, and they are trying to harm our economy, they are trying to harm our growth, and that is giving. जिनको मैं काफ़ी सम्मानित भी करता हूँ, रिगरसली आई फॉलो देयर लाइफस्टाइल एंड देयर एम्स एंड आइडियोलॉजी. एक तो है हमारे छत्रपति शिवाजी महाराज, जो जिनकी लाइफ और जिनकी कार्य प्रणाली और जो स्वराज धर्म है, तो आई फॉलो दैट एंड आई एम डीपली इंस्पायर्ड बाय हिम एंड फॉलो ऑल हिज पॉलिसीज एंड प्रिंसिपल्स. सेकेंडली है और अन्याय के खिलाफ लड़ना. एंड सेकेंडली है हमारे जो शहीद भगत सिंह हैं, तो मैं भी उन्हें काफ़ी आइडियलाइज करता हूँ. मेरे चाइल्डहुड से ही हैज़ बीन माई हीरो टू फाइट अगेंस्ट अगेन इनजस्टिस, स्लीवरी. तो ये दो आइडल रहे मेरे लाइफ में. अगर मुझे कहीं से भी कोई भी इंस्पिरेशन, या इफ़ आई फील लो इन माई लाइफ, मैं इनको दोनों को याद करता हूँ, तो अपने आप ही सब चिंता या छोटी छोटी प्रॉब्लम्स, इश्यूज चले जाती हैं. आई एम अ पब्लिक सर्वेंट. पब्लिक सर्वेंट का जो मायना है, ट्रांसलेशन है कि जनता का सेवक. तो वी आर सर्वेंट बेसिकली ऑफ द पीपल. तो इसमें अगर आप में ज़रा से भी एरोगेंस या जो घमंड की भावना आ गई आप में, सो यू कैनॉट बी अ गुड लीडर, अ गुड ऑफिसर ऑल्सो. तो मेरा तो ये मानना कि मैं एक नौकर हूँ, एक पब्लिक की सेवा करने के लिए मुझे तनख्वाह मिलती है, तो आई एम जस्टिफाइंग माई सैलरी ऑल्सो. उसके ऊपर है कि हम सबकी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी नेशनल सर्विस करने की. मैं यूथ को भी यही बोलूँगा कि वी आर द स्ट्रेंथ ऑफ द नेशन. तो रादर देन वेस्टिंग देयर टाइम, स्पॉइलिंग देयर थिंग इन नफेरियस एक्टिविटीज़ एंड वाइसेस, देश सेवा कीजिए, आप कंट्रीब्यूट कीजिए.
Now that was Mr. Wankhede for you. Now look at his record, the stint he had as a zonal head of NCB. Fantastic record. Number of cases, 145 cases. Total people arrested, including foreigners, 326 people were arrested by Samir Wankhede. That included foreigners, and arresting Nigerians, mind you, is not an easy task. Arresting Nigerians. And look at the amount of drugs seized. Total 1,801 kgs of drugs combined. That included cocaine, heroin, charas, ganja, amphetamine, mephedrone, pseudoephedrine, ephedrine, poppy straw, methamphetamine, alprazolam, tramadol, MDMA, LSD, opium, you mentioned methaqualone. You name the drug and Mr. Wankhede. I mean, during this particular tenure, we found new ways of drugs being given to the market. Some by weed bakery, at the bakery, bakery products, the cakes, confectionaries, ganja introduced, kind of cakes and joints, we find the dark web being utilized, the dark web and transactions through various currencies or cryptocurrencies. All this is broken. And look at the gangs that he has eliminated. Mr. Samir Wankhede, the gangs that he eliminated, the 14, the biggest gangs that affected Mumbai. That was the Ibrahim Kaskar gang, who was the brother of international terrorist Dawood Ibrahim. You got the Chitna gang, you got the Pathan gang, that is Chinku Pathan gang, the Karamjeet gang, the Bablu Patri gang, the Sultan Mirza gang, the hydrophonic weed gang, that was Arshad Javed gang, all the way from New Mumbai. He never left any place undone. The Tiger Mustafa gang, the Goa group, the Goa gang. You had the Azam Jumman gang, the Bandari gang. Bandari was dreaded, the dreaded Bandari gang that indulged in huge sale of ganja, marijuana. Batata gang, Zaid Rana LSD gang, Sam Langada gang, Azim Bhau gang. And look what an officer in a drug mafia, at least in Mumbai, is a 600 crore business. 600 crore ka pure business hai Mumbai ke, yearly, the drug gang ke. And look at the work that he had done in nearly a small tenure of less than 2 years that he served in the NCB zonal head as Mumbai. The number, again I repeat, 145 cases, 326 people arrested, and this man had to go through all the torture, attack on his family. You had agencies having inquiries against him. Now these things are something that in a federal republic, honest and very agile, efficient officers have to go through. Some people break, some people don't, but a few officers like Samir Wankhede, who's withstood, and because of him, we believe, and because of the independent judiciary around us, the judiciary that takes decision beyond, even when there's no caste and guarantees in the constitution, if you have an independent judiciary, a very honest and agile, we call people of sturdy independence, people of judicial integrity, people of intellectual integrity, you find the civil liberties of mankind are protected even in the absence of caste and guarantees in the constitution. Our belief in the constitution, our belief in our system grows much more with these kinds of incidences. Kudos to Samir Wankhede. The second thing is where Mr. Nitin Gadkari says that Mr. Fadnavis, Dev Fadnavis, has earned his position. He is not what he is because of his family background or because his father was a leader. There is no dynastic politics in BJP. Mr. Fadnavis, by his sheer hard work, because of sheer determination, his sheer organizing skills and ability, has reached where he was Chief Minister once and Deputy Chief Minister now. Listen to what Mr. Gadkari has to say. The way he described that BJP is not a party that an MLA's son becomes an MLA, an MP's son becomes an MP, a minister's son becomes a minister, or any political boss's leader's son become political hires of the hour. So this is what Mr. Gadkari said, and absolutely true what Mr. Gadkari said, because BJP's next president, nobody knows who's going to be. We'll talk about it after we hear what Mr. Nitin Gadkari has said in one of the functions in Nagpur to felicitate Mr. Bawankule, who's become the Maharashtra president of BJP. Let us listen to what Gadkari said.
अध्यक्ष झाला आहे. मी नेहमी म्हणतो की आपली पार्टी ही कार्यकर्त्यांची पार्टी आहे. इथे आमदाराच्या पोटातून आमदार, खासदारांच्या पोटातून खासदार, प्रधानमंत्र्याच्या पोटातून प्रधानमंत्री आणि मुख्यमंत्र्याच्या पोटातून मुख्यमंत्री काही पैदा होत नाही. आणि एखाद्याचं कोणाचा मुलगा असणं किंवा मुलगी असणं हा गुन्हा नाही आहे. त्यांनाही पण अधिकार आहे आणि त्यांनी देखील आपल्या कर्तृत्वाने मोठी जागा मिळवायला कुठल्याही प्रकारची अडचण नाही. आज देवेंद्रजी महाराष्ट्राचे उपमुख्यमंत्री आहे, पण त्यांचे वडील त्यांच्या नेतृत्वाखाली मी काम करायचो. ते आजारी होते. त्यांनी कधी नाही म्हटलं की देवेंद्रला राजकारणात घ्या. आणि देवेंद्रजींना माहिती नव्हतं. मी ज्यावेळी छोटूभैया धाकरस आणि मी गंगाधररावांना भेटायला गेलो आणि त्यांना विनंती केली की आता तुमची प्रकृती नाही आहे चांगली, तर देवेंद्रजींना तुम्ही राजकारणात काम करण्याची संधी द्या. त्यांनी सांगितलं की माझं काय अडचण नाही, पण तुम्ही त्याच्याशी बोला. त्याची इच्छा असेल तर त्यांनी काम करायला हरकत नाही. आणि मग देवेंद्रजी राजकारणात आले. वडिलांची पुण्याई त्यांचा वारसा होता, पण त्यांनी आपल्या कर्तृत्वाने नगरसेवक, आमदार, विरोधी पक्षाचा नेता, अध्यक्ष आणि नंतर मुख्यमंत्री हे स्वतःच्या कर्तृत्वाने मिळवलं. हे महत्त्वाचं आहे. आणि त्यामुळे आपल्या पक्षात काळजी घेतली पाहिजे आमदार खासदारांनी की कोणीही माझ्या मुलाला एक चान्स द्या हे म्हणू नये. म्हटलं तर मी विरोध करीन. आता मला नाही तर माझ्या बायकोला तिकीट द्या, बायकोला नाही तर शाळाला द्या, शाळाच नाही भेटला तर मग त्यांना द्या. हे लफडे बंद. बावनकुळे साहेब हे बिलकुल करू नका. पण एखाद्याच्या मुलाला जनतेने म्हटलं तिकीट द्या तर त्याला जरूर द्या. पण त्याच्या आई वडिलाच्या म्हणण्याकरता नाही द्यायचं. आणि म्हणून चंद्रशेखर बावनकुळे यांचा जीवनपट जो होता, ऑटो रिक्षा ड्रायव्हर, तिथून त्याने जीवनाची सुरुवात केली. बाकीचे ते सांगत नाही. बायको पण त्यांनी पळवून आणली. तुम्हाला माहिती नसेल, त्यांची बायको कुणबी समाजाची आणि ते तेली समाजाचे. ते त्यांनी कसं केलं ते तुम्हाला एकट्याच सांगतील. पण ते आता तरुण कार्यकर्त्याच्या उपयोगाचं आहे सिक्रेट. पण ज्येष्ठ कार्यकर्त्यांनी या भानगडीत पडू नये. तर बावनकुळे साहेबांचं जीवन हे संघर्षमय होतं. त्यांचे वडील, त्यांचे भाऊ, त्यांच्या घरी मी अनेक वेळा गेलो आहे. गरिबीची परिस्थिती होती. आणि ही गोष्ट खरी आहे की महाराष्ट्र राज्य वीज मंडळाने जेव्हा कोराडीच्या प्रकल्पात त्यांची जमीन घेतली, आज ज्यांचं घर आहे ती जागा त्यांना मिळत नव्हती, पैसे मिळत नव्हते. त्यात काही राजकीय अडचणी उभ्या झाल्या होत्या. त्यावेळी मुंडे साहेब मंत्री होते. त्यांनी आदेश देऊनही पण कुठं ना कुठं गडबड व्हायची. मग एकदा मुंडे साहेबांकडे बसलो, बऱ्याच भानगडी झाल्या आणि शेवटी त्यांना त्या अधिकाराचं जो मुआवजा होता तोही मिळाला आणि जागाही मिळाली. तिथून त्यांनी छत्रपती सेनेचं काम सुरू केलं, प्रकल्पग्रस्तांकरता आंदोलन सुरू केलं. त्यावेळी भारतीय जनता पार्टीतली जिल्ह्यातली स्थिती चांगली नव्हती. आता ज्या आकरेंचं नाव घेतलं बावनकुळेंनी, त्यांनी खूप मेहनत केली कामठी मतदारसंघात. आणि त्यांनी घड्याळं वाटली घराघरात कमळाच्या फुलाची. आणि त्यावेळी देवराव रडके, यादवराव भोयर आमदार होते.
Gadkari earlier had said that in any other parties, if you say that, even a small child, a small kid can tell you that who's going to be the next CM, who's going to be the next leader of the party. If it is Sharad Pawar's party, he knows it either Ajit Pawar or Supriya Sule. It was Mulayam Singh Yadav party, it is going to be Akhilesh Yadav or from somebody from the family. Same with YSR, same with any other party. If we talk about various other parties, the Shiv Sena, everybody knows after Uddhav Thackeray, it's going to be Aditya Thackeray and like vice versa. I mean, the whole thing is very clear where regional parties are concerned. Regional parties have their own leaders and their generation, people from their family are the heirs to the parties. That is not the case with BJP. That's what he said. Any party, even a small kid can tell you who's going to be the next leader. But that's not the case with BJP. With BJP, he said, even Mr. Narendra Modi doesn't know who's going to be the next president of the party. That's actually a big example for the whole world to understand how Indian democracy, how vibrant it is. And the Indian democratic systems are fully valued and followed by only probably the BJP. No other party can, even the second largest party, the oldest party, the Congress party, there is no party beyond the Gandhis. If it is Sonia Gandhi today, it's Rahul Gandhi, and it's Rahul Gandhi, Priyanka Gandhi, and then after their children. There's no Congress without the Gandhis. That's like versa for all the other parties, whether it's Samajwadi, whether it's Lalu Prasad's party, whether his son is next year, whether it's Shiv Sena, whether it's Sharad Pawar's NCP, whether it's Farooq Abdullah's party, Mufti Muhammad, every party, you got the family dynastic politics, except the BJP. That is what Mr. Gadkari said. And we are happy that, BJP, one of the largest parties in the world, if you say, because India is the second largest populous country in the world, and BJP, the single largest party with a vote share of nearly 45%, national vote share. Fantastic achievement. We come to the third part, where Aam Aadmi Party says that it will continue its free service. The freebies that the BJP says are freebies. It says, we will give free education for the poor. It says, we will give free medical facilities for the poor. Aam Aadmi Party, Arvind Kejriwal, Manish Sisodia, free medical service for the poor. It says, we will give free water to the poor. We will give free electricity to the poor. We are going to give free transportation to the poor. We are going to empower women by giving them payments every month from the government treasuries. We want women to prosper. We want women to include them in social empowerment, in social change. And that is what we are going to do in spite of criticism of any kind, especially today, the BJP attacking them. The way you look at it, after Mr. Kejriwal went to Gujarat and said that he is going to provide 10 lakh government jobs, and that probably rattled the BJP, and their tongues after him. Everyday press conferences, Sambit Patra and everybody telling freebies and how bad it is for the country and how short-term policies is just to liven up small regional parties trying to make itself survive and prosper. This is not in the interest of the country in the long term. That's what the BJP says. But the Aam Aadmi Party is absolutely clear that these freebies are going to be there. And the Aam Aadmi Party is going to make a major dent in the BMC elections, mind you, if it contests the BMC elections this time. The Aam Aadmi Party is going to give the BJP a run for its money. And probably the BJP believes that this BMC elections, if Arvind Kejriwal contest all the seats of the BMC, nearly 227 seats, 227 wards in the BMC elections, BJP is going to have a tough time, because how it's going to counter it's talk about empowerment for the poor, empowerment of the poor, freebies for the poor, which the BJP call it, whereas Aam Aadmi Party calls social empowerment for the poor. Let's see what happens. But as Arvind Kejriwal says, he's going to stick to it. He stick to it, and you'll see that Aam Aadmi Party performs very well. They perform so well in Delhi, so well in Punjab. Gujarat is next. Mumbai Municipal Corporation, BMC Corporation elections the next. They are going to perform absolutely, because here in Mumbai also people are waiting for a change. People want a change. People say they are fed up of the four major parties shuffling and sharing the booties among themselves. A 50,000 crore budget. Something has to change. And this change probably, Aam Aadmi Party, the national vote share is hardly anything, less than 2%. How is it going to be a competition for the BJP? No one knows. It takes a lot of time. It takes years, sometimes decades, for party to come out of the single digit to a double digit figure, which the BJP has done. And the BJP be so strong, a 365, 24/7 election mechanism in place, absolutely difficult for anybody to beat. But they find a threat in Aam Aadmi Party. Let us see how the Aam Aadmi Party succeeds in reinventing itself and going ahead with its social transformation and social engineering and social empowerment. And last is the Uddhav Thackeray जिस प्रकार से कहते कि federal democracies don't thrive if the big party, the party in power, destroys smaller parties. It destroys smaller regional parties. It destroys smaller parties that rules in opposition-led parties in smaller states. If the major national party goes out to destroy them, then that's the end of federal democracy. It shakes the pillars of the constitution, because that's not democracy, that's not the fundamental principles of the secularism enshrined in our constitution, where you say, we the people hereby resolve to constitute India into a sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic. He finds the pillars of the constitution will be rattled if this happens. This is not what federal democracy is all about. We have been talking about these issues, the four or five topics that we talked about that affects Mumbai, Maharashtra and India. We'll come up with more. But we are concerned, as the constitution says, the four pillars of our constitution: justice, equality, liberty and fraternity. Justice, social, economic and political. Equality is equality before the law and equal protection of rights. We talk about liberty is freedom of speech, expression, faith, worship and belief, and right to life, liberty and pursuit of happiness. Fraternity is believing in universal brotherhood, believing in the territorial and political integrity of the nation. With Samir Wankhede's clear charge, clean chit to Samir Wankhede, the constitution before the Independence Day again celebrates the victory of the Constitution over dubious designs of social evils in the society. The victory of Samir Wankhede is the victory of the Constitution of the democracy that we call India. That's all from Pradeep Nambiar. We'll come up with more news that affects Mumbai, Maharashtra and India again the same time tomorrow.